Good morning, all. How the devil are we? Oh, it's a bit bright here, isn't it? Come on. Dearie me, I'm going to move over here a bit. Oh, it's less bright. Let's just mute that one over there. Oh, lots going on. How are we, everybody? Are we well? Who's in Twitch? Nicky Bicky. Kate Carl, hello. Winthorpe, hello. Steam Powered Art, hello. Melody, how are you doing? Nicky Bicky. Mr. Putz, Lady C, hello, my dear. Hope you're good. This is a terrible angle, isn't it? Who else have we got in the heist? Macabre Cat. Who else have we got here? Rodrella. Ah, Roger Murdoch. Aren't you Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I thought you looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Baz Weed's in the house. Hello there. Who's on YouTube? Robert Curd. Hello, Mr. Curd. Ben McQueenie. Hello. Okay. Okay, well, then the third person. Hello yourself. I won't say that at 9 o'clock in the morning. How the devil are we? All? I hope we're well. We're here to launch. Where is it? We're here to launch this QUID Pro Flow, my brand new long player. Some of you may have found it. It's already on Bandcamp. So if you wish to pop over there now, you can go to mrbthegentlemanrhymer.bandcamp.com and you can already find it because there it is. It's already there. But I'm going to run you through a few of the tracks and what have you. It is beautiful artwork. Artwork by Lady C herself, of course. She's back in the saddle. You may have noticed a drop-off in the quality of the covers of some of my stuff, apart from the one that Georgie illustrated. That's because I've had to do them. And even though I do have a degree in graphic design, I didn't really learn it properly, sadly. See, I have to wrangle the moustache at this time in the morning, which is a shame. Hello, Jim Diaz-Smith. Hope you're well. Anywho, so, QUID Pro Flow. I'll tell you about other things later, but QUID Pro Flow started life as Flowvember when I set myself a task to do a new rhyme video every day of the month of November. Sadly, events took over. As many as you well know, my father passed away at the beginning of December after a very brief illness. And so that curtailed everything for a while. But one has to get back to life and one has to do what one does. There's no point just sitting around. You've got to do what you do. And this is what I do. So this is a collection of many things, some of the things from Flowvember. And there's also some stuff I did in the School of Chap-Up, my usual Thursday night streams. Actually, this I've got on worn white, haven't I? And got this text over here, which is also white. So I'm gonna sort of small that down a little bit. Whoa, pop it over there, or something like that. Is it easier to see there? Probably not. Let's bung it over this side. Oh, no, that's you. Look at me playing with my stream elements. Live on the stream. No, that's the main thing. No. There we go. Let's just pop him over there. Anywho, that's the Guild of Chap-Hop, by the way. Do join the Guild of Chap-Hop at patreon.com/Mr.B the Gentleman Rhymer. Hello, Claire Franklin. Mr. Mina, indeed. Hello, G. I am a technical wizard, yes. Salute to the Guild, everybody. Hashtag not a cult. No, definitely not a cult. Absolutely not. Nothing to do with that sort of thing. So, yes, started life as Flowvember. So there are parts of Flowvember, parts of the School of Chap-Hop. Obviously some things that I just recorded myself in these early months of this year. And generally some bits and bobs. But I kind of wanted to get, I was obviously been very, very up for beat making and what have you in the, forever. So it was really, I wanted to get back to basics. I'd spent quite a lot of time since the Hunker Down Trilogy box set, available as well from gentlemanrhymer.com on compact disc. 3 compact discs and a booklet in a lovely box. After I'd done that during lockdown, I don't know, I think everyone's post-lockdown was interesting, can we say. Good morning, Basmaniac. Hello, Jack Hinks. yes, it was interesting. It was, everybody reacted to the post-lockdown thing in different ways. And it wasn't all, we weren't all suddenly running through the fields and running into town and going out and things like that, because we'd had an experience which had left us feeling insular. So many of us struggled. There were many of us introvert extroverts who I think, a lot of us, to be honest, kind of enjoyed lockdown, kind of enjoyed just being at home, not having to work too much, just being quiet and being alone, because a lot of us are kind of weirdos. So that's what we do. We like to be on our own. That's how I enjoyed making music on my Todd. And then suddenly the world opened up. What do we do? So I'd spent a lot of time trying to, in the Nick Nakatory, just trying to make something brilliant. Just trying and trying. And it didn't get me anywhere. I got too caught up in trying to make something good. Whereas what I thought I should do is go in there, and that's about what Flowvember did, was I'd write, right, I'm making something new every day, really quick, boshing it out. And sometimes you end up with good things. Sometimes you end up with absolute rubbish. But it's a nice thing to do as far as a creative flow goes. I was listening to the Blind Boy podcast. He does lots of things about creative flow. And he says, a good thing to do is to just start off your day, think, I don't care what this is going to be like. I'm just going to start making it. I'm going to do. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to do it. So this is where Flowvember came from. So it's a very hip-hop album. I think there's maybe 2 tunes on it with banjolele. It's hip-hop. It's rapping. It's a lot of rapping all the way through. So, anywho, so we get on with things. I've got a lot of them, luckily I've got little videos for, so we can have a little listen. Excuse me, I've been on tour. I'll tell you about that all later. So we can have ourselves a little listen to a few of them. I won't play the whole thing or anything like that. I'll just, play some bits and bobs and see what happens. This first one is called Teeth. This is Lady C and I's friend. I don't know if I should say her name because, anyway, I think it was something, I can't remember exactly what the story was, but basically it was about an old person. It might have been a member of her family or something who I think was in a home or something, an old person, were rapping. And they were having to go out somewhere and they couldn't go anywhere because they couldn't find their teeth. And after a very apparently lengthy search, they stood this person up and it turns out they were sat on them. And I just thought, there's a lot of aging rock stars about there. So let's do one that's based on that. And this is it. It's called Teeth.
How did it come to this? I'm like a battered chief. This aged tomfoolery is handing me grief. The bold truth's here, it's simple and brief. I'm a rock star and I sat on me teeth. This is my testimony, read it and weep. I'm at the stage in life when I need a debrief. My brain cells and I are engaged in a beef. I'm a rock star and I sat on me teeth. It's all part of the process, I guess. I go from dandy beat to coming to grips with the thought that no one fancies me. I could still rock stages from the east to the west, but it all goes south when I try north of my best. I'm not thoughtful in jest. I find myself becoming grumpy when my attempts at politeness come across as clumsy. I hang with ladies in their 40s, but I'm the one that looks mumsy. And now even my Bros Club has dumped me. How did it come to this? I'm like a battered old chief. This aged tomfoolery is handing me grief. The bold truth's here, it's simple and brief. I'm a rock star and I sat on me teeth. This is my testimony, read it and weep. I'm at the stage in life when I need a debrief. My brain cells and I are engaged in a beef. I'm a rock star and I sat on me teeth. I'm a rock star and I sat on me teeth. I'm a rock star and I sat on me teeth.
So there you go. There you go. There's that one. That I don't know how many volumes are here. They sound weird in the headphones, but I think they're probably all right out there. Was the volume all right for everyone? It's very singable, yes. Thank you, Mr. Curd. Mr. Curd likes it. So, that was Teeth. What have we got next? Let's run through these things. I've got to go off and play a festival, you see. What's next up? Is that the second one? I have to check what order everything goes in. Oh, yes. No, the next one is... Oh, never mind. I didn't actually get I forgot to get the video for this one. But the second one is this. It's called Biscuits, Cake and Sherry.
Just another morning trying to get out of bed. The idle thoughts of idle fellows hopping about in my head. I've read that a good brekkie is the most important meal of the day, but I've got other business on its way. Another Flovember rhyme about how I spend my time. Once I've arisen from my slumber, of course. I never knew 9 o'clock happened in the morning as well. When it comes to idling, I'm a black belt and braces type of chap. I've got to get my nap on. If I'm up before lunch, then I know I've got that wrong. There's one morning combo that makes me merry, and that's...
Oh, hello, it's gone straight to the next one. Wait a minute, will you? Okay, I didn't realise that's going to be doing that. You know what, maybe I'll just try and find the masters and then I can just play them off that. So that was Biscuits, Cake and Sherry. You may have noticed something about that, and that's that a lot of these songs are fairly swift. Relatively swift. Oh, they're not in order here. Let's have a look. Can I put them in order there? Not to worry. So, the next one. Myself and Lady C had a little brief holiday this January to try and, help ourselves get over things. Good morning, girl from Germany. Can't wait to see you live in Utrecht and Brussels. Excellent. Necessarily looking forward to that. More on that later. Ben McQueen asks, have you ever had a live band from Mr.B? I haven't necessarily had a live band, but I did play with a 27-piece orchestra in a pub. There's some footage of it on the YouTube channel. Yeah, it was outrageously wonderful to do that. Mr. Marty Logg, who the Mystery Fax Machine Orchestra it was, who I played with, and they were magnificent. And Martin, their leader, just transcribed everything for me, and it was wonderful. We did it twice, actually. Jack Hinks likes the higher tempo songs. There might be a couple of those here. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of bits and bobs. Anywho, the next one, I read a book about the alternative history of the 20th century by, what's his name, the guy that wrote the KLF book, Robert Higgs. Oh, I can't remember his name, damn it, never mind. But it's an alternative history of the 20th century, and he mentioned this person about whom I will speak in this song coming up now, if I can find it. There we are.
Saw a shift from absolutes to the thought that one could learn about some deeper attributes, because the nous a knowledge a library card would question what was told to them by gods, pharaohs, emperors, or anyone drenched in gold. This would of course change later in the century when we all knew we could trust Mrs. B, C and T, but I know, this already a digression. I've only just started the session. Have you quite finished? Yes, carry on. Thank you. I've already mentioned that Duchamp in true pomp may do compilations, but the plot thickens as I just heard another nomination. Turns out that Marcel wrote to his sister and admitted the cars he wasn't his, that a female chum had sent it and had actually meant it for inclusion in an exhibition. He took all the recognition, and so his story was written, and hers would remain hidden. And a critical rave was written to the shores of the 20th century, in all its lack of glory and its selective memory. So get this little nip of truth down your Gregory, although it may well not be true, as truth is open to interpretation. Anywho, look, do you mind? I'm about to make a declaration. Oh, please carry on. Thank you, Tar. Here it comes. If it wasn't for Baroness Elsa von Freitag Loringhoven, we probably wouldn't be here doing this. Whatever this is. If it wasn't for Baroness Elsa von Freitag Loringhoven, we probably wouldn't be here doing this. Whatever this is.
That's how that one goes. That is Baroness Elsa von Freitag Loringhoven. One of the most influential figures of the 20th century and beyond. So what happened next? That's right. Where are we? This next one's called Kiss My Cuppa. Good day. This is a message from Mr.B the Gentleman Rhymer going out to all the do-badders of the world. Thus. Don't raise a glass, raise a pinky finger. For once this time we're not indulging in liquor. The picture I paint is a mixture of faint praise, a devised complaint raised, disguised as a quaint phrase of old English sarcasm. Don't take out a class action against this chap. This isn't mainstream rap, it's what you might call niche, but it's a vital piece, because it's neither old money nor nouveau riche. It's a mode of speech, here to confuse and amuse, and at the same time abuse the nincompoops, the paratroops of a world splitting coast back into groups. History on a loop. There was a word for this back in the 1930s, denied by the devils and fed to those less worldly. Well, they won't make this chap sing for his supper. I'm awake to it, see? So kiss my cuppa. Kiss my cuppa. Kiss my cuppa. I know you'd like to see the world on its uppers. Well, you can kiss my cuppa. I've been busy with something, but can you guess though? I spend all my time writing manifestos. When I do this, I'm a happy fellow, a cheeky type of chappie with a penchant to bellow that all great art movements do this. Is it all amusement, or is it hubris? It's Art 101, so get it into your head. Follow my lead, and like I said, so when I'm making beats, manifesto. Dressing well, manifesto. Dancing, manifesto. Footwear, to be an artist, you've got to be a ruddy pesto, so put together your vision like a pack of Lego. Moments, not mementos, that's today's manifesto. Yes, moments, not mementos, that's today's manifesto. Yes. There you go, played 2 in a row there. Bit of a treat for you. So that was Kiss My Cuppa, followed by Manifesto. Yep, a couple of your Flowvember tunes there. Right, what's next? Thing is, with this album as well, I went for brevity of songs and a lot of them. So this, even though this album is a mere 38 minutes long, there are 21 songs on it. So there you go. That's plenty. So what was next? Where are we? After Manifesto. Oh, this one, yes. This is slightly relevant today, even though I've got to go and play a festival this afternoon. Witchwood Festival at Cheltenham Racecourse. 4:20 I'm playing, so I've got to finish this off, get my gear together and head straight off. Anyway, this one I got about a week into a Flowvember, and obviously got a little bit of voice knack. Oh dear, it's about to happen. Oh dear. Right, only one thing for it. Flowvember 7 or whatever it is, let's rock. I've already stitched my good self up by promising bars like I can pluck them from my chestnut. Yes, but I've not just done myself up, thus also my vocal cords bust. And it's only week 2, how can I creak through with a throat, not the goat, but a sing to scupper what was already a daft idea. It doesn't half strike fit into this heart, my dear. Right here and now I can only apologise. What once was smooth as a pocket lining is now as rough as a crocodile's armpit. There's no way to varnish this spoken noise. It's a broken voice, not by token choice. Never mind, we soldier together on, hoping that my verbaliser's not forever long. Got a little bit of voice knack. Voice knack. Got a little bit of voice knack. Voice knack. Most vexing. Better stick to texting. There you go. That was voice knack. So now we've got one of the instrumentals coming up now. Sort of instrumentals. Nabbing a load of silly old samples and what have you. This one's called Smashing Cricket Stroke. There you go. Smashing cricket stroke. That was only number 7. Crikey Moses. We've got, 21 tunes. So there's a lot to get through. There should be, someone's asked there, how can I support Fisticorps? As asked, how can I support your awesome work? There are no links in YouTube. I've not put the YouTube thing down yet. Sorry, I'll write that afterwards. Sorry. If you go to patreon.com/Mr.B the Gentleman Rhymer, or of course go to mrbthegentlemanrhymer.bandcamp.com, where you can purchase this album as we speak. It's already live. Because I put it up last night as a little treat for everybody. So, what's next? That's right, this one. I wake up in the morning, oh no, afternoon again. Demand myself a cuppa from my gentleman. My spectacles bent from when I went to bed wearing them. Straighten myself up and pull myself together. Then, perhaps I'll get some tanning in, and then a little dram of gin, and grab a pen and plan it in to get some gentlemanning in. To say this may be wrong, but it's true. Staying in and doing nothing is my favourite thing to do, or not to do indeed. Let's not get bogged down in semantics. All I wish to do is get on with some antics. That's actually a rhyme, not a repeat of the same word. Semantics and some antics, see, that's right, you heard. I'm happy to accept the irony of the previous sentence. The word semantics has now had 5 mentions in the last 5 seconds. So let's move on, shall we? Early gin and early rhymes, that's just how we roll. I'm society's counterflow. My life was no different when I was on the dole. I'm effectively a leech on society. Oh well, time to abandon this morning's sobriety. Salute, Proust, Skoll, Kampai, etc., etc. Oh, that's my Monday rhyme. There you go, that was Monday rhyme. This next one is called Cakes on a Plane. It's somebody... I played a show. Where was the show? I can't remember. I played a show recently, and someone was telling me about somebody they knew who got a little bit cocky at US Customs and had taken a cake across the country. So I plonked Acid Edward into the story, but I'm just going to play sort of the chorus, really, if you will. This was one I just recorded in the Nakatoria. One of those ones I wanted to record live, so it's got live drums, live double bass, live keyboards, and all that sort of thing on there. I like to play things live sometimes. The next album, coming soon, will feature a lot more live things. This is it. You see, I've done a proper sort of just hip-hop beats, lo-fi beats, old musical samples, and rapping. And the next one's going to be much more, which I'm recording over the summer, a lot more songs, you know, a bit fuller. We'll see. Anywho, I've been inspired by the tour I'm currently on, so more of that later. So anyway, this is called Cakes on a Plane.
Cakes on a plane, cakes on a plane. Here's a lesson that I hate to explain. If you don't want someone's fingers to become a party yard, don't joke about bombs at LaGuardia. Cakes on a plane, cakes on a plane. Here's a lesson that I hate to explain. If you don't want someone's fingers to become a party yard, don't joke about bombs at LaGuardia. LaGuardia.
When he feels loneliest, old Stephen likes to pretend, to make believe that nothing has changed, that he and his station are back in their days of glory,
It's a black and white winter, it's not even sepia. I'm not so busy, I simply couldn't be sleepier. Apart from busting rhymes all the time's not mine. I have the urge to refine my wardrobe once I'm out of my bathrobe, and take sartorial inspiration from the past. Go full black and white, down to my kicks, monochrome shell toes thrown into the mix. And of course I'll add a modicum of flair with a snazzy tie, or a dashing pocket square, then I can rock it wherever I fancy it. Full Fred Astaire when I'm feeling a bit dancy at Reagan. You'll be quite taken by my moves and my lack of coloration, because it's a black and white winter, monochrome month. Why not join me? Don't be, I can't get along with colour right now. Mood is down, but the mind is highbrow. Before shades of brown, knock it all down. Black and white winter, I'm styling it out. Can't get along with colour right now. Mood is down, but the mind is highbrow. With 4 shades of brown, knock it all down. Black and white winter, I'm styling it out.
The world is full of lonely people, lonely people, lonely people.
There we go, a little bit of a tamatome there. One of the little melancholy ones, you see? One of the little melancholy ones. I know you all enjoy a little melancholy one every now and again. That was called Black and White Winter. Next up is the one that sort of started it all. This is Flowember.
Yes, indeed, it's Flowember. Not particularly momentous. I'm setting my agenda. Time to crack up the umbrella. It's not only time to wear proper clothes again. I'm setting myself up, but this is going to be a pain. A new rhyme video every weekday. So strap in and watch this merry geek play with stanzas for fans before I wrap up the plans in the rain. Enjoy it because tomorrow I'll be back again with another whack complaint or a manifesto. I'm here to set my boutique out from the get-go. I'm no go-getter, but I want to try better, so I've set myself a challenge for the month of Flowember. Tune in for far too much more, or until I get bored.
Tell you a secret, I find writing rhymes the hardest part. I like doing music, looping beats and making art. That's the crazy part, as I'm the gentleman rhymer. But when faced with an empty palette, I barely get past the primer. It's a minor concern though, I get there in the end. But if I freestyle, my brain is not my friend. It's my editor-in-chief, it gives me nothing but grief. It's the critic, makes arthritic what should once have been brief. I'm not the chief of my brain, nor the master of my domain. Perhaps I should accompany my breakfast with a bump of cocaine. But fake confidence makes nothing of consequence. It merely inspires lyrical incontinence. It's common sense just to take one's time, relax and just enjoy my Flowember rhymes. This one chimes with the melancholy of November, but one should jolly well remember to smell the coffee and Venga.
There you go. That was, what was that? Rhymer's block. This is true. Sometimes I do, that was what was happening, you see, before I did Flowember. I was getting caught up in needing to make everything perfect, whereas really, just get writing. That's the thing. Just get to writing, do things. Not doing things is not the done thing. I think that's going to be a song on the next album. As well as, I was at a little birthday barbecue last night. Happy birthday, Gabrielle. Where are we? So yeah, that's the thing. I sometimes take notes. We put a man on the moon, but you can still sit on yourself. And the balls of Dorian Gray. Never mind. So, yes, so I do suffer from rhymer's block every now and again. But luckily, I'm feeling quite free. I'm feeling very peppy and very full of ideas at the moment. Lots of things being written. The next album will be out soon, and that will be, including the other lots, I think it will be my 5th album of the year. Some people make 5 albums in their lifetime. I'm aiming at doing that in 1 year, so we'll see. Might all be rubbish, you never know. Hello, Gothic Mysterium. How the devil are you? What have we got? Oh, Robert Kurd. Yes, well done, sir. Yes, all the best to you, my friend. All the best to you. Tor says, if you were stranded on a desert island and had to choose only one aperitif before every meal of clams and coconuts, what would it be? Well, if I was able to take some booze with me, it would have to be a decent single malt. The one that actually Baz and Beth bought me one a while ago, and it's magnificent. It's a slightly smoother, sweeter single malt. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really lovely. Thank you so much, Baz and Beth. What else have we got there? Have or will you release any vinyl records? Yes, I released Dandinista, my 2019 long player, on vinyl, and I am going to attempt to release the next album on vinyl as well. This one's just been too quick. This is the problem, you see. I record these albums, and I immediately just want to get them out there. As many of you may know, that vinyl takes absolutely ages to do at the moment. It's all Record Store Day's fault, that these very big acts want to get something out for Record Store Day, and so all of the, because so many, at the turn of the century, so many of the vinyl pressing plants closed down, there's just not enough of them to keep everything going, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go. Anyway, where are we? There we go. After a rhymer's block, there's another sort of almost a reprise, if you will. I like to do those sometimes. A little refrain. This is called Quid Pro Scabo.
You idle boy, what's your name?
Throughout the length and breadth of our island, men are on guard. Some of them are stationed as lonely as a skunk on a hot summer day.
Quid pro flow. Quid pro flow. Quid pro flow. Quid pro flow.
Do you think there is life on other planets?
No, I'm German.
Yes, definitely.
Why? What sort of life do you see up there?
Yes. Vegetable.
I think there is life on other planets.
And how do you see this life? How do you visualize it yourself? Is
It's
it
rather
like
like
this?
queer-looking people.
Queer-looking people.
This is another School of Chap Hop favourite. As named by Nicky Bicky, this is called Intergalactic Tadpolery. It's a long one. I'll just play you a little bit.
Intergalactic tadpolery, that's how I roll, you see. Who'd like to go with me into the galaxy? It's not a fallacy. Relax and see me take off in my rocket on a quest or just a jolly. The planet's on the turn, so I'll turn on the burners and take off into the stratosphere. It's a nice little earner for me, anywho. If you fancy coming along yourself and have a couple of mil to spare from your wealth, I'm perfectly serious, no wish to be silly. Join me in a tin can shaped like a willy, flying up into the emptiness of infinite space. I can't wait to see the impish little look on your face as we gaze back on the ball of fire that we called home, heading off into space for a bit of a roam. I'm watching Michael tripping the light fantastic.
There's that one then. That's a bit of intergalactic tadpolery. What's next? This one's called Slacker. Now this one I did on the old OP1. There's a couple of them on here that I made started on the Teenage Engineering OP1, which is something I love, but actually haven't touched recently. I've got a couple of new gadgets that I will bring into the School of Chap Hop soon, but I am actively concentrating on getting Mr.B things written and getting Mr.B things recorded before I do too much faffing around with mucking about with little gadgets and what have you. Ben, yes, indeed, there is a great vinyl pressing place in the northeast, and we actually got getting the new Collapsed Lung album done there, and they actually seem to be very good, so I'm going to try those for the next album with any luck. Anywho, this one's called Slacker. Perhaps a little bit of chappish drum and bass coming up.
To use slacker as a derogatory term is to choose traction. So you're not going to learn the slackness, lack stress. In fact, yes, that's best. Why not choose it when mentioned, when the opposite is tension? The ascension to a higher plane, far from the convention and a wire-framed life. In a cage chained to commodities and eschewing oddities. Don't follow these philosophies, they're a human anomaly. Avoiding quality of life over existence. Pop that pen down, join the idle resistance. If you're about work, keep your distance. Escape the desk and join the idle resistance.
Sorry, there's my teeth going again there. So that was called Slacker. Next up is a song called Gripster. This one, I live in Brighton. And there are many gripsters about in Brighton. A gripster is effectively a greying hipster. And I sent this one to Mr. Anthony Chapman, who mastered the album and mixed, possibly this one actually. And there's like 3 or 4 tracks on there that he mixed as well, just because he thought they sounded rubbish. So there you go. I mean, he's an audio professional, so, you know, you have to pay attention sometimes. So, yeah, and he sent me a message going, Gripster's a bit harsh. Anyway.
This is the story of a gripster, an aging hipster, retired as a graphic designer because it's a bit too much like hard work here. Going to start a craft beer company in Berkshire, move out to the country and find like minds, but he didn't know what he might find. Nothing but pensioners, farmers and Brexiteers who do everything they can to make an exit here. So he gets the fear and moves back to London to a smaller flat in an area rundown where all his work has been taken by youngsters with wide-brimmed hats and even more tats than him. So he sat in with a bottle of artisanal gin. He's moved dismal and grim in the fiscal bin. Now the work's rather thin on the ground and his bones make a creaking sound. He's leaking pounds from his chic account, so he sneaks about now, weak with doubt. So he sings a song as blue as the ink from his Celtic band Tattoo. He's a gripster, a greying hipster. When he talks to young people, they address him as Mr. He's a gripster, a shapeshifter, but the shape he's taking on is Christopher. A gripster, a greying hipster, close to retirement but wants to live here. A gripster, he's hit the dirt, and when he approaches it, make you feel a bit blah, 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 blah.
This is another old school of chap hop one. Actually, members of the Guild of Chap Hop will have already heard this one. I put it onto the Guild of Chap Hop, patreon.com/Mr.B the Gentleman Rhymer, quite a while ago. But I thought, come on, let's pop it on an album. I think the public needs to hear it. It's called Spoonerism. I'll tell you what I'll do, actually. I'm going to move it forward a bit, just generally.
My butler brings and then tries to turn the conversation into other things for some reason. I don't know why. You ought to join the school of chap hop and give it a try like this.
Spoons! There you go. On it goes. That was called Spoonerism. Hello, Dave. How the devil are you, my friend? Good to have you on here. Right then. What have we got next? This one, I think, was another one we started during the School of Chap Hop. Regular Thursdays. It will be, once I've finished touring. Girl from Germany knows what I'm talking about. And thank you very much, Girl from Germany, for joining me. I'm so glad you like everything. I hopefully have picked up a few new fans from the tour I'm currently doing. I've been supporting Sparks on their UK tour for the last couple of weeks, and it's been wonderful. And we played at the Royal Albert Hall, 2 nights at the Royal Albert Hall. I've played at the Royal Albert Hall. That happened. I still can't quite believe it, but there you have it. That occurred. More of that in a mo. In the meantime, this one's called Fork the Police.
Police coming straight from the underground station at Leicester Square. A libational evening out with my chums, busting rhymes and drinking gins and rums. It's a rummy old thing, you see. One after another the drinks go down. Then Edward comes up with a wheeze. He spots a peeler, puts out a feeler to see who would fancy doing a deal. A bet, if you will. See if one has got the gumption to pot a copper somewhere near the Eros Junction in the West End. I best mend my ways in hindsight, as I decided in my pickle state that I just might be up to the task. He barely had to ask. I'd never have done it if I hadn't just emptied another cask of fortified wine. I could have thwarted my crime at the get-go, but Edward explained I'd made a bet though. Handed me the cutlery and threw me a glance. It won't hurt, he said, and explained the chances of me going to chokey was slim. Being well connected and somewhat dim, and the Bobby would surely see it as a lark. Edward proffered and said, come on, do it before it gets dark. He said, fork the police, fork the police. Let there be no more talk on this, please. He said, fork the police, forked the police. So I forked the police. I forked the police, I forked the police. Now I'm up in front of the peak. I forked the police, I forked the police. And I wish I hadn't forked the police.
Anyway, we'll leave that one there. You can listen to that properly when you download the album from Mr.B, the Gentleman Rhymer.bandcamp.com. Oh, wait, am I muted? No, I'm fine. So many things to think about here. That was called Fork the Police. So what's up next? Parvenu. Let's just play it, shall we? It's a bit of a grime pace one, this one.
But that's far from the truth, I'm a part of you, and I'm far from new. I came from humble beginnings, but now I'm winning. Baz from the fans, nice grinning at a jazz bag feeling. I'm digressing already, my record is steady and predictable. To be critical, it's just typical. Mind like a pinball. Anywho, back with part 2. But I really want to start anew. I'm a parvenu, part of a larger group, playing fast and loose with a larger truth. Oh, pardon you, I'm hardly through. It's simply the smartest move. They call me the parvenu, but that's far from true.
There you go, another Swiftie, that one. That was called Parvenu. Mr. Corpse asks, do you play all the instruments on your songs? I do, yes. It's all me. I mean, there's a lot of samples in there as well. But generally speaking, it's just me. In my little Nick Nakatory, making a load of noise. Which is a nice way to earn a living, really. It's not so bad. It's not so bad, everyone. So what's up next? There we go. Yes, the theme from the Guild of Chap Hop. So, I mean, this does what it says on the tin, really. This is just letting you know about the Patreon page, really. I mean, it's quite outrageous in a way to have such something that's clearly just an advert at the towards the end of an album. This is the 20th song on the album. And, well, here it is.
Hello to my friends and my fans and my peers. I'm here to tell you about something that's taken 5 years. The doors are finally open, the carpet's laid out. The Guild of Chap Hop is what it's all about. You've been waiting an age for my Patreon page, but now it's making my way to you. Make no mistake, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/Mr.B the Gentleman Rhymer. Then you're on your way to becoming a full guild member, heading right into this fun-filled centre of the Chap Hop world. Just choose your version, associate, country, city, board or chairperson. In each of these tiers, you get exclusive treats. The higher up you are, the more you get to the meat. So welcome to the Guild of Chap Hop. We're going to work on a theme tune soon. Welcome to the Guild of Chap Hop. We're going to work on a theme tune soon. Get to patreon.com/Mr.B the Gentleman Rhymer. That's MRB the Gentleman Rhymer. And join the Guild of Chap Hop. It really will be bare larks. Honestly.
I mean, it's outrageous, really. Just bunging an advert on there. But there you have it. That's what I did. So do join the Guild of Chap Hop. It's a lot of fun. Those of you who are already members hopefully know this. You get exclusive things. Actually, just popped up. Girl from Germany might be interested. Popped up the... I think it was a little video of Suburban Homeboy, wasn't it? That I played in London that someone sent, I believe, at the Albert Hall. Yes, which was, rather nice. So, yeah, you get exclusive videos, exclusive this, exclusive tunes. Earlier this year, I put out the Idle Songs of an Idle Fellow, a whole album exclusively for the Guild of Chap Hop. It's a compilation, though. Let's not, I don't want to sort of falsely pretend that I've made an entirely new album. There's lots of, basically I've compiled, there's a few new tunes on there, 3 or 4 new tunes. Plus, it was a compilation of all my songs about general idleness. So that's on the Guild of Chap Hop, the Idle Songs of an Idle Fellow, which is worth a look at itself. Tor asks, what is your favourite brand of moustache wax? Well, my favourite brand of moustache wax would be Victor's Vapor, Mr. B's moustache wax for ravers, Vic's Vapor Rub flavoured moustache wax, eucalyptus flavoured. So, you can pop it in there, get a good old sniff of eucalyptus and go raving. Or Mr. B's wax. I think I may have run out of most of those on the website, but I'll try and get them remade so we can all have some lovely moustache wax. So this is the final one of the album. This is a bit, this is like lob it in at the end. This was one that I beatboxed and improved live at from the School of Chap Hop, which is on Twitch, and of course that will now be on YouTube because I've suddenly worked out how to stream on 2 different platforms at once. This is called Looking for the Biscuits.
Searching my car, looking for the biscuits, 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 looking for the
We'll have a biscuit party. There you go, my friends. That's the last. I whizzed through it. I skipped through it a little bit because, I didn't want to give it to you all. So, yeah, that was the last track on the album. Looking for the Biscuits. For those of you not in the know, the Biscuits are the crew who... We're a family, really, now. Not a cult. Hashtag not a cult. Who tune in and listen to my School of Chap Hop and Nisolation parties. I might see if I can do a Nisolation party, which I've not done for a couple of months now, probably, on Monday night, I think. But I'll check. Hopefully Monday night I can do another little, we can do another Nisolation party. Hello, Richie Dabbs. You've missed the whole thing, but never mind. So there you go. There you have it. That was Quid Pro Flow. There's my cover. That was Quid Pro Flow. It's out now. Go straight to mrbthegentlemanrhymer.bandcamp.com. It's out just on Bandcamp for now, but then in maybe a week or so, hopefully a week, perhaps slightly after that, but in a week or so, it should be out on CD, Ask Your Parents. And then after that, I will put it out for streaming. I'm not putting it out for streaming straight away because, if I'm going to be frank, as Noah said, I'd like to make a bit of money out of you. You could buy it and support. This is a one-man operation, really. I do have help, obviously, from Lady C, from Chappers, and from Miss O, who's currently helping me with admin for the tour, and for the next album, and the National Treasure Tour, which starts in October. So if you go to gentlemanrhymer.com, there's all my festival dates for the summer, and then there's the National Treasure Tour, which is happening in October and November, just in England for the Mo, sadly. But I'm off to Europe in about a week and a half, again, supporting the wonderful Sparks. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Cops, for subbing as a patron. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yes, so, off to Europe. We're doing Paris, Utrecht, Berlin, Copenhagen and Brussels. And it's going to be a lot of fun because the British leg of the tour was splendid fun. I can confirm to all you Sparks fans out there that they are as nice as you would hope they would be. They are lovely chaps. Very quiet and shy, keep themselves to themselves, but they're just so nice. And they've been so welcoming to me and very kind to me. And obviously it's a big operation. As I said, I put a tweet out about a week or so ago saying the best thing that's going to come out of this tour will be a sitcom about a hapless one-man support act on a big tour who's endlessly locking himself out of venues and trapping himself in lifts. Because that's largely what's been happening. Because obviously a band like that will have one person doing merchandise, one person doing some lights, probably about 4 people doing lights. Everything that happens on my end of the tour is done by me. So I have to be toing and froing, selling merchandise, this, that, and the other. But it's great fun, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, the Royal Albert Hall, I mean, it's ludicrous that someone such as me, a very small independent artist who's, effectively working from home, is able to play at the Royal Albert Ruddy Hall. And to get a really, really nice reception. The Sparks fans are amazing, brilliant people, very much like the Biscuits. Really, we're a weird bunch. We're a diverse group of people of all persuasions, colours, shapes, and all that sort of thing. And as are Sparks fans, although 60% men in their 60s, but absolutely wonderful people. So what should I play out with? Where are we? Let's just find that as I will sign off, because I've got to get myself ready to go to the Witchwood Festival, which will be fun. Oh, hello, it's not letting me play anything. Oh, crikey. Oh, it's let me in. No, it's not. That's that. That's the backing track for that. I wonder if I can play. That's right, just trying to find some tunage here. Where have I got mine? Oh, there we go, that's probably it. Hopefully that'll make a noise. There we go. I'll sign off with that one then. So, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. What time am I on at Witchwood? I think, I've seemed to have it written down as 4:20, I believe. I thought it was 5 o'clock, but I think it's actually been rejigged or something like that. And so it's at 4:20, I believe. But anyway, be ready at 4:20. If I'm not on at 4:20, then I guess I'll be on at 5. I suppose that's how it's going to roll. Before I sign off, let's just have a look at some of your messages. Darsef. I don't know how to say that, sorry. I've been enjoying your music for 10 plus years and hope you keep doing what you do so well. I will. Well, there's nothing else I can do, really. I'm stuck with it. We're all stuck with it, I'm afraid. I'm going to keep doing this until I drop dead. Thank you, Jim. Cheers. Top work. Continue to be a fan. Thank you very much. Where do you play? Clubs, bars, pubs? Clubs, bars, pubs? Basically, yes. Clubs, bars, and pubs. Wayne Warped asks, good luck. Oh, you deserve. Thank you very much. Any chance of teaming up with Sparks on a record? Well, I'll mention it to them. Obviously, I'm trying not to be all too in their face and everything like that, really, because often we're they'll sound check, then I sound check, so we pass each other briefly and say hello. Then they go and have some food. I have some food afterwards. I play, they play. We're sort of ships in the night, really. But I'll have a chat with Ron, and I'll chat with both of them and see what they reckon. But I mean, they do their own thing, and I would love to do something with them, but we'll just have to see. I feel if I said, shall we do something together, they'd just out of politeness say yes, and then it would end up not happening. Anywho. Yeah, Joe, I rather like the idea of you pleasing me, but I don't want to go out like Easy E. Yes. Vaudreuil. Also enjoying the Collapsed Lung stuff coming out. Yes, new Collapsed Lung album coming out next month. So, yes, it's all happening. Mr. Roger Murdoch's going to be in England in July. Yes, give me a shout. Give me a shout. Let's have a drinky. That'll be lovely. As long as the town is big enough. Yes, as long as the town is big enough, perhaps we'll do something. But let's not, count our chickens or anything like that. Anywho, hopefully I'll see you soon. Yes, with any luck, I'll do an isolation on mixcloud.com/gentlemanrhymer next Monday, I think. And that's one of my little party we have here at B Towers. And I'll just play some tunes and we'll have a bit of a lark and all that sort of thing. In the meantime, thanks so much. Get yourselves to mrbthegentlemanrhymer.bandcamp.com. Get yourselves a little copy of QUID Pro Flow. And we'll hopefully catch up soon. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Pip pip and cheerio for now.
Let the rhythm hit them. I'm a suburban homeboy with my suburban hoe right by my side. I'm a suburban homeboy and I say yo dog to my pool cleaning guy. I hope I'm baggy enough for them. I pay my shaggy enough for them. I'll pop a cap up some fool at the cap, cause I'm a suburban homeboy. I'm a suburban homeboy with a suburban hoe right by my side. I'm a suburban homeboy and I say yo dog to my detailing guy. I bought me cameras on Amazon. I started listening to Farrakhan, my caddy and me. He looks just like Jay-Z and I'm a suburban homeboy. I'm a suburban homeboy with my suburban hoe right by my side. She's known as Miss Missy Tannenbaum. She's one freak bitch, ain't no lie. She's from the projects in Saint-Tropez. She looks like Iverson in a way. She yo-yos me and I yo-yo her back, and I'm a suburban homeboy. She yo-yos me and I yo-yo her back, and I'm a suburban homeboy. Everybody's singing along now. We are suburban homeboys with the suburban hoes right by our sides. We are suburban homeboys and we say yo dog and we mean it by God. We've got an old mentality, Oxford and Cambridge mentality. Props to our peeps and please keep your receipts, and we are suburban homeboys. Props to our peeps and please keep your receipts, and we are suburban homeboys. Props to our peeps and please keep your receipts, and we are suburban